I feel like since going carnivore on January 1st and in general, telling people that if they want to be strong is not the only answer. They also have to be fit. I feel like the last few months as I've been on that and talked about, hey, I want to lose a couple pounds. I want to drop some body fat. I don't want people to think that this is the diet company. This is not the diet company. And if you are weak and you are thin and you don't have muscle mass, you should totally go and get some gains. And so if you're listening out there and you're, I don't know, let's say 18 to 35, and you are like, could fit in a paper bag regardless of your height. You are very thin. You're rail thin. Like you walk around, and if a gust of wind comes up, you might get blown away. If you are that guy, you need to gain weight. Now, here's the problem with that guy, because I've trained a lot of that guy. And that guy reads the book Starting Strength and goes, oh, this makes sense. I should grow my squat and my deadlift. Let me go find a coach. And he comes in and he starts squatting and he starts deadlifting and he starts getting a little bit stronger. And things get to the point where they start to stall. And so you ask them, what are they eating? Oh, I eat all the time. I eat so much food. I just can't put on muscle. My metabolism, it's faster than Usain Bolt. My metabolism's just constantly going. I can't put on weight. You don't understand, Grant. You don't understand. And I have a problem with that because I don't understand. I do understand, but I don't understand because I don't understand that why you won't just eat more. And why you won't just consume more calories. So I want to tell a couple stories about some people that I know. One of them is me, and how we gained weight. And I don't think people understand, if you want to go from 160 to 200 pounds, you have to drastically eat way more food than you are currently eating. If you are 20 years old and you've been 160 pounds since you were 17, if you don't drastically change your life in terms of caloric consumption, nothing is going to happen. So what did I do? At the Citadel, I went into the Citadel at about 195 pounds my freshman year. Between 195 and 200, I graduated. I was at 178. Freshman year really made me lose a bunch of weight. And I said, I need to gain weight. I need to gain weight. I need to gain a lot of weight. So I went back my sophomore year. I started lifting hard. I started bench pressing. I had a friend that said, what's the point of looking like a house if you can't lift one? You got to lift more weight. And at the Citadel, they had milk, Coburg milk, the Coburg milk sign in Charleston on every table, family style, a chocolate milk, a 2%, a whole milk, and a 1%. And as a sophomore, every breakfast I would leave and I would grab 4 of those. That's before I knew about Mark Rippetoe. I had just heard milk is like steroids. And I said, well, I'm not allowed to take steroids, but if milk's the second best thing, I'll do it. And I drank milk over and over and over again. And I hit 220 my sophomore year. I gained about almost 40 pounds squatting and benching. I don't even know if I was deadlifting yet. My old coach, Mike Minigal, now Marine first lieutenant, coached for me at the Strength Co. for a lot of years. Really strong, a lot stronger than me. He trained at Paul Horn's gym, and he would eat sleeves of bagels. He would stop every time he got at a stoplight. He would take a bagel out. He was doing deliveries in LA, and when he was at a stoplight, he'd take a bagel out and he would just pound bagels. He used to tell me they'd wake up in the middle of the night to take a leak. And while he was up, he'd go ahead and house 3 glasses of whole milk. This is the kind of thing that needs to happen. My cousin, Seth, when he wanted to gain weight, he would eat a tub of peanut butter a day, just housing either peanut butter or almond butter to get calories in. So when you wake up and you eat a little bit of Captain Crunch, and then at lunch you get the salad at Chick-fil-A, and then at dinner, you eat like a Hungry Man frozen dinner, you're not trying to gain weight. You're trying to be light. You don't want to gain weight. If you want to gain weight, it becomes a full-time job. I'm talking about I eat dinner. I cover my dinner with butter. I dip every piece of bread into olive oil. I put syrup on every pancake. I finish my meal and I go, you know what? It's time for a bowl of cereal with whole milk. That's how you gain weight, Jordy.
I kind of did this.
No, you didn't.
No, I was 155.
You did. You did gain a lot of weight.
I went from 155 to 185 was my heaviest.
Yeah.
This was in Miami. And so I did something similar to that because I was that guy you're talking about. And I think the problem is that people think I need to eat a lot. And their metric for did I eat a lot is am I really full? And
Right.
the problem is with that guy, and I was this guy, you feel really full with the Captain Crunch, the salad, and the Hungry Man dinner.
Sure.
So you're like, I ate a lot. But that's not true.
That's not true.
That's like saying I can't squat more because that felt heavy.
It's like saying that was an RPE 6.
No, it was like, it felt like an RPE 9.
It felt like a 9, but it looked like a 6.
It looked like
That's
a 6.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Right. And so I was doing that. I would wake
So
up.
RPE, rate of perceived eating.
New scale.
That new scale.
I'm a fan of RPE now.
Yeah, I
RPE.
now like RPE.
I had a Shake Shack right next to me in Miami. And almost every day I would either go there or I would go to Chipotle and just get whatever, 2 burgers. And then I'd be like, I throw in a milkshake too, because I thought I need to squat in 2 days. Let me just pound it so this goes well. Cause you're like afraid of the squat. Like, I hope this goes well. I don't want to fail. And then I would just drink emergency glasses of whole milk, just whenever. And it did work. I gained 30 pounds and now I'm like 180.
And you're going to go more.
And I got to go more. I think I'm going to go mad for like a week.
Yeah, we got to get the guys on before we talk about that and
Okay.
get you to swear to it because
Hand on the Bible.
I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but if you're listening, Jordy's on camera. Now, it doesn't mean that we'll publish it.
I can blur my half of the screen.
Yeah, you can identify as a 200-pound male. You should just put a fat version, like a fat meme of you,
right
on the video.
Yeah, I'm trans fat.
Yeah, trans fat,
Did it-
identifying as fat. We don't want you to be fat, but I'm telling you, if you want to get bigger, you have to eat like you've never eaten before. You think you eat a lot now, you don't. It really is a full-time job. Just as you walk into the gym and think there's no way that I can add 5 pounds and you do, just like you think you can't drink another glass of milk, you do. Peanut butter is your friend. High caloric, dense foods that also include protein are great. Don't overthink it. Eat meals, eat steaks, peanut butter, milk, ice cream. Ice cream's a good one. And I bring all this up because lately I've been coaching a lot of folks through weight loss, and that's important. Don't get so big that you end up super overweight and you wake up and you're 35 and you're 35% body fat. That's not a good day. That's not setting up the future of your life, your 40s and your 50s for success. That's setting it up for failure. So I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying though, when people listen to our stuff and they hear me talking carnivore and they hear me talk about dropping body fat, or they hear me talking about shortening their workouts, because they're an intermediate and maybe they want to lose some weight, when they hear me about introducing running, when they hear me about adding in, jujitsu, doing other stuff, extracurriculars, I want you to know, if you want to get bigger and stronger, you have to lift heavy and eat a ton of food. And all that other stuff that we talk about, that's for people that have done that. Now, if you started this overweight, you don't need to go and eat a gallon of peanut butter a night. But yeah.
So the people of the internet, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. The people of the internet are going to throw a phrase at you called dirty bulk, which you're suggesting is a dirty, quote unquote, dirty bulk. I don't know what that means, but they're going to say, no, that's not good. That's not smart to do a dirty bulk. You're going to get way too overweight. You're going to rebound really bad. You're going to gain too much body fat. Why not just be in a 500 caloric surplus every day for 6 months and spread it out over time?
Sure. But I mean, do you think milk and peanut butter is a dirty bulk? Well, I hear your question. I'm going to answer your question, but I'm just saying, I would call it a sloppy bulk.
Well, I would call it a dirty bulk because I think they would mean like you're going way over your caloric surplus.
Sure.
And if your attitude is just eat and slam milk all the time, and I'm not even against this, I'm just playing devil's advocate, you're probably going to be in a big surplus if that's just your general attitude going through this.
But if you're actually lifting and you're lifting heavy and you actually want to get bigger, if you want to go from being 150 to 200 pounds, that is a lifestyle change. And you are 100% going to gain a bunch of body fat.
Yeah.
But you can worry about that later.
Right.
It's fat, adding lean muscle. I mean, muscle is lean, whether it's covered with fat or not, muscle is lean. So when people say, oh, we're going to add lean muscle, you're about to say, if you add any muscle to you, it's lean.
Yeah.
But if you're going to add 50 pounds, you're going to have, probably half of that or a little less as fat. But no, I'm not advocating for a dirty bulk in the terms of eating Little Caesars pizza every day, although you could. I guess I did say syrup, and I did tell people to dip bread in olive oil.
Hot and ready.
Yeah.
Well, I actually think it's just a practical thing. So like, yeah, you could do a 479 calorie surplus every day. But
this guy I'm talking about is not even doing that.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's like a practical reason of like, you know what? Don't even count. Just slam more milk and bagels than you even know what to do.
So I think this is why
it's a simple rule thing that you talked about last week. Simple rule.
This is why GoMad is so good.
Yeah.
People eat 3 meals a day. They can't help it. They wake up, I got to have oatmeal and put some raisins in it, right? Like they have to eat their breakfast. And if you just take a person and you say, do everything you've done and add in 1 gallon of whole milk, it's like 1,600 calories, I think, that it gets added.
Okay.
In a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
About 100 grams of protein or something.
Yeah.
8 times 16. So 100 and whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So it's simple rule. Do what you're doing, add in this milk.
Yes.
Right. I'm just trying to get people to understand when they're saying like, I'm eating a lot. It's like, no, you're actually not. I mean, you should. The other thing about a gallon of milk a day is when you start it, it sounds insane to people.
Yeah.
Well, but it's kind of like when I started carnivore. I was like, I'm never going to eat vegetables.
Right.
I'm never going to eat carbohydrates. And now I'm like, who would eat a vegetable?
Well, a gallon of milk a day, and I'm saying this like I need to be doing this, but the gallon of milk a day, we figured this out last week. It's 2 full glasses of milk.
4 times a day.
4 times a day. Yeah. That's not bad because you can slam a glass of milk in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's doing that twice, 4 times a day. That seems for some reason better than a gallon of milk.
Right, exactly. It's like the 10,000 steps a day.
Right.
If you wake up and sit behind your computer for the first 4 hours a day,
right,
and then you go on a short walk and then all of a sudden it's 5 p.m. and you're at 3,000, it seems insurmountable.
Right.
But if you wake up and slam some milk, or if you wake up at 2 a.m., go and take a leak, get a head start on the day, couple glasses of milk,
you're good. Man.